So this dream took place in December 2012, and I call it All Aboard the Aerial Tuk-Tuk Lift to England, also some bored ghosts and an unsolved murder at the Remington Inn. So I'm in a tropical rainforest with my ex-boyfriend, and we're standing on the edge of a gorge, and there are small patches of land hovering within the gorge, and on the other side is a steep hill covered in trees. And I look up above me and I see two cables moving in opposite directions. And one end disappears into the trees on the hill on the other side. Now there are horses suspended from the aerial lifts, and a harness on their body attaches to the straps some straps that connect to the cables. So as the horses cross the gorge, they move their legs in slow motion. But when their feet hit the patches of land, they gallop across it really fast. And then when they get to the end of the patch of land, they lift up and keep soaring over the gorge and moving their legs in slow motion. As they're dangling from this cable. Why, I don't know. So there are also long wooden poles that attach tuk-tuks to the cable. And I tell my boyfriend I want to go for a ride in one. So we hop on a tuk-tuk, soar over the gorge, into the trees, and travel all the way to the end of the line. So after emerging from the trees, we enter a tunnel, which deposits us in an English pub. That makes perfect sense. So, after getting out of the tuk-tuk, the bar patrons look at us with raised eyebrows, surveying us like they didn't expect to see people riding the aerial lift. So the pub is adorned with dark wood and lanterns, and most of the pubs I dream about are like this because I really like small, cozy Irish pubs. So we sit at the bar and order drinks, and I get a French vanilla milkshake served in a brandy glass. Next, I'm in an old mansion where the banquet hall has been renovated in preparation for a party. I venture upstairs and find rooms filled with furniture which are covered in cobwebs. In one room, I find several ghosts sitting upon chairs lining the walls, and most of them are twiddling their thumbs or have their elbows propped up on the armrests as they hold their head in their hands because they're bored. And when they see me, they perk up because they're eager to have someone to talk to. And so I see a ghost of a white-haired man, and he has his eyes closed. And I go up to him and I ask, "Why do you sleep if you don't need to?" And he opens his eyes, and he sighs, and he's like, "He gives us something to do." So I'm like, okay. So that part of the dream ends. Next, I'm in a large barn filled with chicken coops, and there are men in business suits standing around. I need to make a phone call, and in front of me is a woman operating a switchboard. And it doesn't look like a typical switchboard. It looks like an antique cash register, except it's more rectangular, and there are pictures of people's faces on the buttons. So it's kind of like an old radio in that it's box shaped, but it has like buttons like the old antique cash registers. But it's a switchboard in my dream. So the operator inputs a lengthy code into the machine, and when she pushes the last button, a lever pops up on top and the call is placed. So I am calling the Remington Inn because I need to speak with them about an unsolved murder that took place there in 1996. Because apparently I am a detective. So I don't hear a dial tone or the phone ringing. I hear the old innkeeper talking about the inn's history. I don't remember what he says. I just know that he was talking about the history. So when he answers, his voice is so low it's almost inaudible. And I strain to hear him as the chickens balk louder and the businessmen crowd around me and they're taking notes on how I handle the conversation. So the innkeeper says, "I don't want you to come here and investigate. What if you find evidence? I own the place. My fingerprints are on everything. I'll be convicted." And he goes on and on and on and on, talking very fast until I conclude he is extremely paranoid and he might suffer a bit from schizophrenia. So I try to calm him down by saying, "No, sir, it's fine. That is always the case. The police understand. Don't worry." So the innkeeper finally agrees to the investigation. I give him my email so he can send me the address and directions to the Remington Inn. And that's it.